So I think that how we feel about ourselves really matters, because if we're going to really genuinely step into our sovereignty, into our power, into who we were really meant to be in this body, in this lifetime, then we actually need to step into our power. We need to step into the truth of who we really are. And the truth of who we really are doesn't include being unworthy. And so all of the unworthiness and disempowerment that we experience, we can change. But we have to change with a choice. So the choice is, am I going to stay small? Am I going to stay unworthy? Am I going to stay in that kind of slightly self-sabotage place where nothing really works properly, completely, where I'm not really fulfilling the reason I'm here, and I'm always seeking external validation in order to feel okay, then I've given my power away. So if I no longer need you in order to make me feel better, then I'm in my power, right? So how do you then choose to stand in your power? I'm making a very clear choice that I don't need external validation to feel okay. And interestingly, something happened earlier this week where somebody misunderstood me and put a very visceral and vicious review about me on a platform. And previously I would have gone, oh, I really beaten myself up and, really, drowned myself in my misery. But I didn't. I realized that this person was unhappy. I hadn't met her needs. So she then attacked. So it's back to that hurt people syndrome. But nevertheless, my worth isn't about whatever anybody else says. I know inside me that what I did was correct. I know inside me that everything that she wrote about me was, a perception. And she's entitled to her perception, but it's untrue. And so I don't need external validation. So I realized actually when I noticed my response to that was I don't need external validation to feel good. I can feel worthy, I can feel powerful, I can feel in my sovereignty, I can be the queen that I am actually. And I can also more than anything stand in my power, stand in my truth. And in that place, I change the world. I change my relationship with myself. I change my relationship with my energy field. And therefore my energy field changes my relationship with everybody else. And we all have the capacity to do that. We all have the capacity to stand in our power. It's a choice. So are you going to choose unworthiness or are you going to choose sovereignty? Are you going to choose to require somebody to validate you to make you feel okay, or to make you feel good about who you are? Or can you feel good about who you are without that validation and without needing someone else to prop you up and make you okay? Because when you stand in your power, it's really beautiful actually, and you can walk through life and you can love and you can be loved, but we don't need it in the same way. And so it becomes a more true expression of us, and it becomes a more true expression of any relationship that we have. So where do you sit in your need for external validation? Where do you sit with your unworthiness? What can you do to make different choices inside you to say, I'm powerful, I'm worthy, and I love myself? Because that's really where we want to get to.